The IRS reports that there has been a significant increase in IRS-themed texting scams aimed at stealing personal and financial information. In this episode, we'll explain how it works and how to protect yourself against it. And by the way, this advice is not only for IRS-themed texting scams, but all sorts. Stick around until the end when we share how you can help in the fight against this fraud. It only takes a tiny bit of effort on your part, and you can be part of the solution. Hey guys, I'm Mary Schaefer, founder of AP Now, the place where we curate the latest business intelligence for those who work in, manage, or have responsibility for the payment and or accounts payable function. And in this particular episode, we have advice that's not only good for you at work, but for your personal safety as well. Okay, so let's get started. How does this scam work? These campaigns target mobile phone users with scam messages that look like they're coming directly from the IRS. There's a variety of themes. Some offer laws such as fake COVID relief, although you'd think it would be getting a little late for that, tax credits, or help in setting up an IRS online account. These are far more benign when compared to some of the threatening messages associated with some earlier frauds. Messages that tended to threaten about IRS debt, claiming you owed the IRS money and that if you didn't resolve it quickly, the IRS would take your home, or some other nonsense. Okay? Because there seems to be decent humans on the other end of these texts, people are more likely to fall for them. In this latest version, the scam text often asks taxpayers to click on a link where phishing websites will try and collect their information or potentially send malicious codes to their phones. Don't click. If you're looking at my notes, you'd see I have "don't click" in big red letters. Okay, so what do we know so far? To date, and we're heading into October 2022, the IRS has identified and reported thousands of fraudulent domains tied to multiple MMS/SMS text scams targeting taxpayers, individuals, people like you and me. And by the way, these types of scams are known as smishing. The IRS says the activity has increased exponentially in the last few weeks. So what is smishing, you're saying? I never heard of that term. It's been around for a while. This is the practice of sending text messages purporting to be from a reputable company or organization, like the IRS, in order to induce individuals to reveal personal information such as passwords, credit card numbers, etc. This latest version is focused on IRS-themed text, but they can be from any source and about a variety of different things. So just be careful. The advice, whether it's an IRS-themed text or something else, remains the same. So you say, well, how do we protect ourselves? The answer is do nothing. Remember, don't click on that link. Remember also, the IRS does not send emails or text messages asking for personal information or accounts. The very fact that you got a message asking for this information should be a red flag and a sign that this is not from the IRS. Let me repeat, not from the IRS. Now, before we share how with very little effort on your part, you can be part of the solution to help fight this fraud, if you like this episode, please give us a thumbs up. And if you loved it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We produce new content for the channel 3 times a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays are devoted to payment and accounts payable issues, which unfortunately includes a lot of fraud protection advice, and Saturdays are reserved for Wordle. So what else can you do? Well, you can report the fraudulent spam to the IRS, and you can do it by sending it to phishing, which is spelled phishing, at IRS.gov. And hang on, I'm going to tell you how you're going to do this in a little bit. This reporting allows the IRS to report these scams to whoever the appropriate service providers are so that they can take action, protecting other taxpayers who might receive a variant of the same scam. The IRS has worked very hard to shut down online fraud using a variety of techniques, which we're not going to go into here. The reporting IRS-themed text to the IRS allows the security professionals that they hire to track and disrupt these scams so other people don't get them. Individuals reporting scam text to the IRS should include both the body of the message and the sender's information in one email. They say copying the actual text into an email is preferred. However, if necessary, if you can't do that for whatever reason, you can take a screenshot. And right now, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this. And if you are watching on YouTube, the instructions are on the screen in front of you. Otherwise, I'm going to read them out. So number one, the first thing that you want to do is create a new email to phishing, phishing, at irs.gov. Okay, that's number one. Then you want to copy the caller ID number or email address and put it in the message so that the IRS knows who it is. So they say paste that right in. Now, press and hold the SMS text message and select copy, okay? And then paste that message into the email. If possible, include the exact date, the time zone, and telephone number that received this message. And then you want to send that email again to phishing, phishing.irs@irs.gov. Okay, that's just reporting IRS-themed scam text to the IRS. You should also report it to the Treasury Inspector General for the Tax Administration using their IRS impersonation scam reporting form. And I'm going to have a link to that in the show notes, okay? So don't try and write it down. And to the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, through their complaint assistant. Okay, so this might make the information available to everybody who's investigating it. Also, you want to report to the Internet Crime Complaint Center at www.ic3.gov. Again, links to all of these are in the show notes below. You can report smishing attempts that are not related to the IRS, to the FTC and the IC3, okay, because they're interested. The IRS is not interested in other ones. So report, because they can use this information. It'll help them stop the fraud. Now, fraud and scams using text, unfortunately, are not the only technology-enhanced frauds that many of our viewers have to confront. Email also provides the criminals with a handy tool. Many, unfortunately, are using it to impersonate suppliers and send requests for change of bank account numbers. We recently did a broadcast on how that works and, more importantly, how you can protect yourself. You can watch that right now using a link that will appear momentarily on YouTube and is in the show notes below. And also in the show notes, we'll have a link to our playlist of fraud videos. As always, we appreciate your thumbs up, your subscribes, your shares, and your comments. Good luck.